Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Denise, aka MissNiseReads, and today we're going to be talking about the books that I read in March. March was honestly another rough reading month. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what was up with March. March was a weird month, in all honesty. I'm coming to realize, all the books that I read for March were physical. I read 5 books. And even though this was, I would say, rating-wise, a good reading month, like I said, it was pretty difficult for a lot of different reasons. So, without further ado, let's talk about the books that I read in March. The first book that I read was Imaginary Volume 1 by Niiro, Ikuhana, and I rated this a 4-star. I liked seeing the timeline of Tatsuku and Maika's childhood up until now. They're adults and everything like that. I was kind of expecting just a little bit more with this. But then again, this is probably building up to them having feelings. Like, I already know that Tatsuku has feelings for Maika, but I know for when the second volume comes out, maybe that might progress even more. Needless to say, though, that I did enjoy this, and I am going to continue the series. Can't wait for volume 2 to come out. The next book that I read, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, volume 1. The original story is by singSong, and then it's adapted by Umi, and the art is by Elise. I rated this a 4-star as well. I liked the premise of this, of the main character only knowing the full ending of a story that he was keeping up with since high school. I liked that concept. I didn't expect it to be this gory, so if you're not a huge fan of that, then I would not recommend this. But I personally like it. I want to see what happens, especially after that ending. I want to see exactly what happens. I cannot wait to read more of this. I also relate it to the main character, which is Dr. Kim, and I relate to him in terms of like that story that really helped you from a lot of very pivotal moments. The story that he was reading really helped him through a lot of life changes and everything like that. And I can relate to that for a lot of like different things, whether it comes to books, music, shows, you name it. I relate it in that aspect. We also get to meet a few more other characters too, and I can't wait to get to know them a little bit more. The art in this is superb, and I forgot to mention about that too for Imaginary. I actually like the art style a lot, so cannot wait to continue the series in the future. The next book that I read was One True Loves by Elise Bryant. This follows Lenore. This is the second book, and Lenore, she's going through it because not only she just graduated high school, and as well with dealing with being a side chick, which is not that great. But her and her family, they go on a cruise for 2 weeks, and her family is like, we love that you have so many talents, and we love that about you. However, you're about to enter college, you're about to enter university, you need to figure out exactly what you're doing. Like, you need to figure out what major you want to be, stick with it. And Lenore has to figure out what she wants to do in 2 weeks. I rated this a 4-star, and I loved this book a lot more than I did with Happily Ever Afters, I will say. But you get to see a different side of Lenore that you did not get to see at all in Happily Ever Afters. I feel a lot of aspects with her in terms of like so many things that she can do. Relate to that, and then trying to stick to one. It kind of called me out, I'm not going to lie, but I love seeing her journey of trying to find out what she wants to do and everything like that. And then we get to meet Alex Lee and his family and everything like that. And Lenore, there are some moments where I'm just like, okay, you're genuinely kind of being rude, but there are times where I'm like, okay, I get it.
For Lenore and Alex, I like their friendship building up to them dating and everything like that. And Alex honestly just wants to make Lenore happy. It's very much noticeable, and it was cute. I loved it. I very much loved it. It was adorable.
And also, you see, unfortunately, you know, that sibling that gets treated a lot more better than some of the others. That happens in this case. And I was not a big fan of Lenore's parents or her older brother whatsoever. I'll do more of a better review on this, but let's just say there was a lot of moments in the book that actually got really tough, because it's just like, do y'all genuinely care for your daughter or what? And then her younger sister, she's really smart. There's just times where I'm just like, okay, girl, stop. But I really enjoyed the book. I really enjoyed the message of it as a whole. In all honesty, I felt like this was something I probably also would have needed when I was younger as well. So, 4 stars. The next book that I read was Kim Jiyoung, born 1982, by Nam-Joo, and I rated this a 5-star. I feel like this would be such a mandatory book to read, because despite telling the story of Kim Jiyoung and everything like that, there's a lot of discussions in terms of societal and political, and the misogyny towards women is insane. Like, I already knew it was eye roll and just pisses me off, but after reading this, it just pissed me off even more. The thing that I also really enjoyed about the book was just that even though the stories that are told are very simplistic, it's the way, the diction of it, and just how it's said. I very much enjoyed. There were several in here that I took a picture of that I will eventually like post through like my Instagram and everything like that. That really very much stood out to me. And this was such an informative read. Also very short on top of that too. So if you want something that's very insightful, informative, but also tells a story, I recommend this. There are still changes here and there, but it's, you know, there are some stuff that obviously that's still, you know, dealt with, but there has been some progress. We just need to like keep that progress going, honestly. And the last book that I read, This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Take a wide guess. I want you to take a wide guess of what I rated this book. Go ahead. Go ahead, I'll wait. If you said 5 stars, absolutely correct. Before I get fully kind of into it, Edward and Amber, When I Catch You, they very much aggravated the ever-living hell out of me in this book. They pissed me off. The decorum, the nerve, the delusion, and on top of that, the audacity. Crazy. I love Soledad's entire journey throughout this heartbreaking betrayal situation that Edward put him and his 3 daughters in. And then we meet Judah Cross. Hi, sir. The man that you are. When I tell you I love when a man is a simp, not in a weird way, obviously, not in like in a crazy way, but like when they're a simp for the woman that they love or like whatever that they like or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, he did it for me. The way that he was letting Soledad embrace this new process and this new journey for herself, and as well still being supportive and not really over pushing it. Absolutely love it. Kennedy's pen game in this is spectacular. It was always spectacular in other books, but listen, in this I really took so many pictures and highlighted this. I didn't highlight in the book, but I will be highlighting and annotating all this stuff like digitally on my iPad. But it really just stood out to me. Like I've said before in past videos, I love the way that Kennedy Ryan writes romance, because it's not just
is in the flesh. I didn't explain this part a little too well. So what I was trying to say was, with Kennedy Ryan's books, it's not to focus on the smut. Like, there is smut involved, but it's not like overtaking the entire story and like the purpose of it. And you get to see the actual plot and watch these characters, main and side characters, grow as people and evolve. And as well with the topics that are discussed within her books and how she wovens them in to her novels, and then like having that open discussion about it is just chef's kiss. I adored it. 10 out of 10. Let's get back to the video.
I absolutely adored seeing the cameo of Josiah. I love seeing the friendship between Yasmin, and Hendrix. When I tell you, Hendrix had me cackling of laughter in this book. She cracks me the hell up, and I cannot wait for her book. And then as well, you get to see the relationship that she has with her daughters.
He is back. Soledad's daughters, Lupe, Ines, and Lottie. I really felt like you kind of got to know the kids a lot more, which is nice. And mind you, me and kids in novels, it's a hit or miss for me. So this was done very, very well. You get to see Lupe, and then her friendship with Deja is so cute. It's absolutely adorable. I love Deja as well in this book. Inez, she has a bit of a rough start, just like kind of like Deja in Before I Let Go. Inez is kind of similar in terms of like how she feels about her dad and everything like that. That topic I felt like was discussed pretty well too. And then as well with Lottie too. Just kind of getting to know the girls and everything like that and seeing that. I also loved it. And I also forgot to mention, it was really nice getting to know Soledad's sisters, Nayeli and Lola, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I'll write it somewhere down here. But just seeing so much family bonded so close like that, loved it.
My heart is warm because you get to see not only such like a beautiful trio of a friendship, but as well so much sisterhood and woman and girlhood. I loved it, and because of this book, I'm more than likely going to be reading All About Love by Bell Hooks. So don't be surprised if it's in a reading wrap up in the future.
Back at it again. Little did I realize I didn't even talk about the chemistry between Judah and Soledad. It was right off the bat. And I love the pining on both of their ends, on top of that. And just seeing like their friendship grow, even though they have like mutual feelings for each other and everything like that. I just loved seeing that friendship, and then them being there for each other and everything like that. And also, can we talk about Judah and him being a great, great, great father to Adam and Aaron, and plus on top of that, him and Tremaine's just co-parenting and how healthy that is. It's so refreshing being able to read something like that. And on top of that, autism rep in this book, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And just seeing the story as well from his perspective, I also very much liked, because you got to see a little bit of his life and what he does. And also, he was the reason why Edward is in prison. We love to see it. And then Amber, being the delusional that she is, I'm gonna just finish this now because she was a whole nother nutcase.
Candy Writing does it again. Every single time. If she writes it, I'm reading it. I adore this book so much. And with that is the end of the reading wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you'd like to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what books you read in the month of March, I would like to know. Make sure you follow all my social media. All of that will be in the description below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.